Let's move on to something like really non-controversial and engaging.
What is it?
Max Jolliffe.
Oh,
No, I like Max Jolliffe. I do.
well, what a performance. Let's just focus on the performance. It was an
Both of
amazing
them.
performance,
Yeah.
right? Both him and Carmen Perez, Maria Perez seems to always be referred to with three names. Yeah, the two of them it must have been very, for at least, 5 or 6 hours out. Who's going to win this, Must have been close.
11 minutes and 52 seconds over 135 miles?
Yep.
Come on.
It's cool. Only to very quickly touch on some of these Maxes, the moaning about how the coverage, where's the live coverage? Where's
the hog?
And you're like, what? I've never once thought to myself, gee, I'd love to watch people running through the desert for, 21 hours. No, thanks. I don't need to see live coverage of that. Just give me the updates, some photos. That's nice. That's what I like about Badwater and most of those sorts of races. So yeah, you guys can all shove it. It's fine the way it is. Can I get a little granular on this one? Because I kind of went a bit stat heavy because I find this sort of stuff really interesting. Because obviously the difference is, as we said, just about around 12 minutes between the male and the female winners. And interestingly, until this year, so those are both records. Last year, the records were also 12 minutes apart. So the whole goalpost just shifted the same amount. And it kind of got me wondering, what is the theoretical potential between of a race like this, of this length, 217 kilometres, which is the length of Badwater. So I went and found Sorokin's 24-hour world record, which he ran 319 Ks. And I sort of thought, how long did it take him to get to 217? Because that's probably like your absolute fastest ever benchmark. And he did that in using, his splits and stats and stuff, about 15 hours and 20 minutes, which of course is going to hurt anyone's brain, the idea that someone can run 217 kilometres in 15 hours and 20 minutes. Sarah Webster, the English lass, she has the world record for 24 hours, and she would have gone through 217 in also a staggering 17 hours and 43 minutes. But what this means is that there's a good, 2 hours and 23 between the male and female 217 kilometre best ever time, assuming these 24-hour performances were the best ever. And I sort of was wondering, okay, so what is that in percentage-wise? And that is, so Max is 36% slower than Sorokin, whereas Carmen's time at Badwater this year is only 18% slower than Sarah's. So what's going on where the females are almost on par? And there's been a few outright winners in Badwater that are females, that when it's really hot, because then there's a bit of climbing, obviously, but it's fairly spread out. Obviously, at the end, there's a bit of a climb, but a lot of it's flat. It's just really, really hot. How come male and female are so close on a 217K Badwater, whereas on the track or on these flat ones, there's still what you would expect to see as a difference in time and distance? The only thing we could sort of come across was that Sorokin ran really hard at the start, whereas Sarah's was more consistent, which meant that it took her a bit longer to get to 217. But I wonder if the men's Badwater record is, and this is a strange thing to say, soft.